Pat, good morning to you. You know, most cops can't say that they have done nearly 600 arrests in their career. That was the toll, the legacy of Brian Simonsen. We're talking about nearly 600 arrests, spending his entire career in one command in the 102 precinct in Queens, and that is the legacy he left on that community. Today, the rank and file of the NYPD expected to file into the church here to say their final goodbyes. It was, of course, just last week. And Brian Simonsen, along with his partner, a sergeant, were responding to a report of an armed robbery, the type of robbery cases that he worked so frequently when he walked into a situation that was unknown. A suspect, Christopher Ransom, in the back of that T-Mobile store on Atlantic Avenue, armed with what turned out to be a imitation pistol, but the officers who responded there did not know that. Simonsen was tragically killed in a case of friendly fire, and over the last few days we've learned so much more about this detective who gave his life to that precinct. He was joined the force in 2000. He was one of the first people to respond to the World Trade Center on 9/11. This guy, you know, just a year in, so really a rookie at that point, but had really left a mark on that community and spending his entire career there. A friend of mine at the New York Times interviewed Detective Simonsen's sister-in-law, and what she said was very poignant. She said, you know, the type of guy that Brian was, he had always wanted to work, doing work in social work. If he had met this guy under other circumstances, Christopher Ransom, he'd be buying Christopher Ransom a cell phone and would be putting Christopher Ransom on his cell phone plan. That's the type of guy that his family says he was, and that's the type of guy that all his friends who came out in the last 2 days said he was as well. So we expect to hear many of those stories inside church today. The funeral expected to start at 10 a.m. And that's the very latest live here in Hampton Bays on Long Island. Miles Miller, New York 1. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Miles, we wish we were telling this story under different circumstances. Thank